Hi everyone, my name is Endi and I currently work for a portable restroom company that is based in Southern California, and I am the HR assistant. I was recently promoted to that position, and this is a family-owned business, so it's relatively small, but we are growing, and so I'm excited to be a part of that growth. Um, as far as the first question, which was explain why you believe workplace safety is important. So, workplace safety is important because we need to have regulations in place to keep employees safe, or as safe as we possibly can. And I know it's not like 100% risk proof, but we want to make sure that we have something in place to be able to reduce the risk of our employees getting injured, reduce the amount of time that they are out when they are injured, and as well as reduce the cost for the company, because of the employees getting injured. So this, definitely having safety regulations is important and, beneficial to not only the company, but, definitely the employees as well. Um, and the second question was describe the safety culture of an organization you have been affiliated with. So like I mentioned, I worked with a portable restroom company, and so we deal with porta potties. And so our yard crew and drivers specifically are on hand with these porta potties, and that comes with waste, obviously. So when they're out servicing, they are pumping the waste. So we are making sure that they are able to use the proper equipment and tools to clean, sanitize, and provide these services to the porta potties, and make sure that they don't, ever have to physically touch waste, because obviously, that's not only is it gross, but it's definitely not safe. So we want to make sure that they are being safe while servicing these restrooms. Another thing that we focus on is all of our drivers fill out a pre-trip, post-trip checklist, and that's something that they, whether it's a commercial truck or not, they make sure that the trucks are in good condition and it's safe to be out on the road, because we definitely don't want anything to happen while they're on the road. I know that there's some things that we can't control, like maybe a flat tire, but at least anything else major, we are able to kind of prevent, anything from happening, because we kind of catch that, right at the beginning before they're out on the road. The third question is, as it relates to the organizational safety culture, what did the organization do well as it relates to safety? So I think it's very important that my company was able to recognize that they kind of lacked in the safety department, and not necessarily that they weren't providing, that safe environment for our employees, but they recognized that they were lacking some training. And so they hired a security and safety consultant to identify and learn what types or what topics they needed to cover with our employees to be able to better serve them and keep them safe, as well as, have some benefits to the company as well. And then the next question was, what opportunities for improvement that the organization have as it relates to the organizational safety culture? So one of the things the company did learn was how to properly file like accident reports, like car accidents. And so, for example, a lot of the reports that they previously had before we worked with the consultant, it wasn't as detailed as it should have been. It was kind of bare bones in comparison to the reports that he had provided us with. So when, recently one of our drivers had a fender bender. And so we were able to like let him know, like, hey, this is the proper steps that you need to do when anything happens out on the road. And sure enough, he was able to report the accident to this direct supervisor, which then it was reported to us in the HR department. We were able to provide the proper forms for him to fill out and, be as detailed as possible. So when insurance called, we had everything ready. And so that's definitely something that, we took the opportunity to improve on, because, like I said, the previous paperwork is very basic and was not, the greatest. Another question was, what safety gaps did the organization have, if any? Something that is a little embarrassing to admit is that my company, because this company is a family owned, so it's very small, but we are growing. And so when I first came in, there were some of the people in the yard that would use the forklift who weren't certified to use forklifts. And so obviously that is a huge safety issue because we never want anybody that's not trained and certified in to use the machinery. So the fact that this was happening, was definitely alarming, but we were able to get the proper certification for people, and now only a select few are able to use the forklift because they are certified. And, again, it's embarrassing to admit, but we definitely learned from the mistakes as a company, and we are now able to make sure that no one uses any machinery or anything of the sort without being certified. So I think that was, a safety gap that they had, but, definitely was improved after, we've dealt with the consultant. And that's pretty much it. I'm very excited to be in this course, just to learn more, because this is something fairly new to me. My educational background, was in behavior analysis. So anything that has to do with HR is completely new to me. So I am very excited to take this course.